Limit Break TCG back with another deck profile. Dragon Ball. Haven't forgotten about you. Uh, I still enjoy the deck. I mean, I still enjoy the game. I enjoy the deck too. I enjoy the game. We just haven't been playing it a lot lately. Digimon's kind of been overrunning it, the scene lately, and been playing a lot of Commander, Magic, the Gathering Commander, a lot lately too. But whenever I still play Superman, this is one of the decks I always bring. Broly, Surge. Once per turn, when you combo with a red or green card, draw a card. Awakened Surge. Choose one red, one green card in your hand. Place it under this card. You may draw two cards, switch two energy to active, and flip this card over. Broly Surge. Active Battle. When your life is 3 or less, you choose one card under this card, place it in the drop area, and choose one. Choose up to one battle card in your drop area, combo with it. Then this card gains double strike for the duration of the turn. Or choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and KO it. So it's got an offensive and a defensive effect. Real good Broly leader, probably the best Broly, OG Broly, not total Broly because they got BR Brolys that are good, but this is probably the best OG Broly. Um, and I spent many years with Broly hoping they make him good, hoping they give him support, hoping he does well. And like, I was playing that back in like set 3, y'all. Like, I played it from set 3 to set 4 and a little bit of set 5. I really wanted Broly to work. Um, Finally, they gave us a lot of good cards, and that's one of them to make him really, really good. But this profile is not about that Broly. This profile is about Broly Surge. But Broly is my second favorite character. First favorite character being 17. But in this deck, I play both of them, as you'll see. Um, Again, this is probably the best OG Broly leader. Um, it does so much. It can be aggressive. And let's dive into let's go down the rabbit hole, y'all. Let's get it. All right. Let's go through. I got a couple of weird numbers of level 1, so I'll just kind of run through the sames. 2 Sand Kaba, 2 Intensifying Trunks. They do the same thing. I'll read the effect. When this card attacks, you may choose one card in your life, add it to your hand. If you do, this card gains 10k power and double strike for the turn. This one does the same thing, but gains critical for the turn. So, you swing with one, take a life, gains crit. Swing with this one, take a life, gains double strike. You're trying to be as aggro as quick as possible. I have won many games. It wasn't just a one-time thing. I've won many games turn 3 with this deck, just because of how aggressive it can be. For level 1s, we got 2 Frieza and 2 Broly. Crown Retribution. Frieza is a auto. Play this card, draw a card. Active battle, pay a red. Choose one of your opponent's leader cards or battle cards, and it gets minus 10k power for the duration of the battle. So, it protects you a little bit while if you need to stall. It draws you a card. It's a combo piece. It's kind of just a tech option at this point. Crown of Retribution, I'm sure we all know. Every Broly person knows what this card does, but let me read it for you anyway. If your leader is red, which he is a green leader and a red leader, that's what surges do. It's considered a green and a red. Some cards say mono red, mono green, but these just say red. So if your leader card is red, which he's red and green. If your leader card is red, when you play this card from your hand, if your opponent has 2 or more energy in active mode, your opponent reveals their hand, and you choose up to one battle card with 20k power or less, and place it in their opponent's drop area. So it's a good reveal hand. You get to see what they got. You get to see if they have answers for you. You get to take care of problem cards if they have 20k or less power. So Broly Crown Retribution is a good card. Thank God it was reprinted because the price tag for the original one was a little too much. Then we run last of our level 1s. We run 3 Chi-Chi, 2 Kami. I kind of just run Kami just to have a green card if I need to charge a green energy. I run a lot of multicolored energy in this deck. And sometimes, doesn't happen often, but sometimes I will need a green standing. So I like to just, sometimes I'll play them just to stop them from, doing the untapping stuff, the draw card. And then he's also a green if I combo with him. I do a lot of Arrival in this deck. So he's just, that's really why I chose him over Raditz. It's just for that reason. Chi-Chi, if you have 2 or more red-green multicolor cards in your energy, when you combo with this card, draw a card. So cool thing to do is if you have 2 red-green, sorry I keep hitting the camera, it's right in front of me. If I have 2 dual-colored energies, with that first auto, let me zoom in a little bit. If I have 2 energies that are green and red, and I combo with Chi-Chi, I'll draw 1 card for Broly and 1 card for Chi-Chi. So it's a draw 2, essentially. Really good. A lot of draw power in this deck. And then Chi-Chi, she's a red card if I need a combo with her. Again, a lot of Arrival in this deck. We'll get to that soon. And we play my favorite character, 17 in red. He is a counterattack. Negate the attack, play this card, then choose up to 1 red battle card with an energy cost of 1 in your drop area and play it. I play 3 of that, so it can play any of these except for Urgent Kami. You can play Chi-Chi to combo with later to draw your 2 or 1, whatever. You can play these to go back on the aggressive if you need to, because you're trying to get down to 4 to 3 life before you surge. So these help you, you play these with Android 17, you can go aggressive a little next turn. These don't really help you because when you play this card from your hand, you get the effect. So, or you can play this, and when you play it, it'll draw you a card. So you'll play the negate to play him, and it'll draw you a card, and then... Sorry, I was having a little indigestion just now. And then you can use the active battle if you need to stall out, because this deck can do both. This deck can stall a little bit, and it can be aggressive. It usually stalls till it sees the aggressive pieces. I know I said it wins turn 3 consistently. I would guess the stall doesn't happen often. Most of the time I see all my pieces that I need to win, or I'm just that aggressive. We got Sun Goten at 3. Energy Exhaust is red and green. If your leader is a Broly card, when you combo with this card, choose up to 1 extra... excuse me. You choose 1 extra red card. 1 red extra card. Oh my god, this text is so small. You get 1 red extra card with field and the energy cost of 2 from your deck. It's basically specifically dormant, not dormant potential. Is it dormant potential? Dormant legend. Okay. Dormant legend. So you grab dormant legend with it and place it in the drop. Choose if you've placed the card in your drop area with this effect. Choose up to 1 of your energy, switch to active mode, and if you have 5 or less cards in your hand, you draw a card. So a neat little combination to do with this is, okay, here's your tapped energy. You pay your 1. Let's say you have 5 cards in hand, or 6. Let's say you have 6 cards in hand with him. The way you want to time this, because if you time it right, you can get the maximum potential out of it. So you'll tap it for the combo. You'll put the dormant in your drop. Now that you went from 6 to 5 by using this card. So now you have 5 cards in hand. You draw, you untap, and draw with that. So you'll get your 6, and then you use Broly's auto to draw again. So, but you have to time it right, and I just explained you the timing. So you have to use your effects correctly to get the maximum potential out of them. So it's a really good card. It costs 1. It's 10K. And again, in summary, If you time it right, you can draw 2 cards off of this card with your Broly leader. So it's real neat. Like I said, you draw a lot with this deck. You know, it's got a lot of stuff. You use it defensively, you draw. By the way, this is also, I didn't say that this once per turn goes for your turn and then your opponent's turn. So if you combo on your turn, you draw a card. Combo on their turn, you draw a card. But it is only once per turn. And then we got 4 of our dual colored boys that have energy exhaust negated. So if you have another, I think if you have another, yeah, if there's a card that is both red and green in your energy area other than this card, negate this card's energy exhaust. Now, it can be another one of these. It's just saying the card you put, if this is your only red and green, then you won't get that effect and it'll come in tap. But if you have one of these already in the field, you can place another one like that. It was just trying to say you can't place it if it's your only red and green. And then if you choose to play it, which I've played it. When you play this card, your opponent chooses 1 card from their hand, discards it, basically. I have done that before, you know. So, yeah, that's your multicolored card, and it discards a card. That's your multicolored energy exhaust card. Play 3 Raditz. Energy exhaust, permanent if you have a red-green multicolored card in your energy. Reduce the combo card of this card by 1, in your hand by 1. So it costs 1 and 500, but it becomes free if you have a multicolored card in your energy. And then auto, when you play this card from hand, which I never really do. But when you play this card from your hand, your opponent reveals their hand, then you choose 1 battle card in their hand with 35,000 power or less, send it to the owner's warp, and then this card gains critical for the duration of the turn. I've played this card for a cost maybe once. You know, I don't do that often. It's mainly a multicolor for Arrival. You know, if I'll have something in energy so that this is free. I'll combo and then pull an Arrival out. You know, that's really what it's for. Right at 3 because you want to see it, you know. Yeah. Never really play it for cost. I have. It's a good card for cost. This is one of your game winners, potential game winners. Arrival for a red-green. If y'all don't know how Arrival works, play this card from your hand when you have a red and green card in your combo area. So that doesn't mean red and green. Like it doesn't have to be a multicolor card. You can have a red card and a green card, and then you can Arrival this out. Energy exhaust, naturally they all have that except for well even the Broly has it, not Raditz. That's okay. Y'all get what I'm saying. Only 1 faded Kaioken Son Goku can be played in your battle area. So you can't have 2 on the field. You only have 1. For a good reason. Let me finish the effect. Active main. Choose 1 card in your life and add it to your hand. If your life is 30 or less and your leader is a sand card, this card gains double strike and dual attack. So he become beefy. Not beefy. I mean, he's only got 20k. But he become a bang bang for 2 hits each. And you know, you got combo power for days, so I mean, you'll boost him up. But yeah, he can potentially win the game if their hand isn't big enough. He can win you the game. So this is one of our boss cards, I guess you could say. And then we used to play 3, but we opted for 2 in this. Chompin' Beerus Capricious Gods. Arrival red-green for 1 red. When you play this card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 20k or less power and KO it. Then choose 1 of your other battle cards with energy cost of 6 or less, which I think is everything in this deck. And it gains double strike for the turn. So you combo, you kill something, preferably a blocker, and you give something else. You can't give him. You give something else double strike. So it's a neat card. It's a really neat card. I use it often whenever I see it. I know I only run it at 1. And then a little bit more stall tech. We got 3 Topo. Why not 4? Because we're not insanely, like, we're not trying to stall too much. You know, we're still trying to be aggressive. But counter attack. Choose 1 other card in your hand. Place it in the drop area. Negate this attack and play this card. Permanent. If it's your opponent's turn, reduce the cost of this card by 2, so it becomes a 2-drop. And during your opponent's turn, when you play this card, for the duration of the turn, your opponent can't attack unless they choose 2 cards from their hand and place them in the drop area. So they usually pass turn after this hits the field. So it's a good stall card. It's I think this needs to be in every red deck at some count. It ain't got to be a 4 of, but it's got to be. I feel like it's got to be in every red deck. That's just my opinion. Y'all have y'all opinions. I have mine. And then more Arrival. We got 3 SS Blue Resonant Gogeta Resonant Explosion. I cannot talk today. I am sorry. Double Strike, red-green Arrival for 1 red. When you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 4 or less, KO it, and you can't play SS Gogeta Resonant Explosion for the rest of the turn. So again, like the Kaioken, you can't play 2 of these in 1 turn, but so Kaioken, you can only have 1 on the field at a time. This, you can only play 1 per turn. So, for example, my turn, I'll play it. Let's say I don't kill you. Next turn, or on your opponent's turn, if I meet the Arrival requirements, I could play a second one. And I could have 2 on the field. But you can only play 1 per turn. So if you meet the Arrival requirements, I can't tap red, play. That's too much. So you can only play 1 per turn. So, but it's a good card. 20k, double strike for 1 red. That's awesome. And Arrival is not hard to get in this deck. And then we play 1 Vegeta Exploiting Weakness. Counter, play this card. If your leader is red, which he's a red and a green, reduce this card by 2, so he becomes a 3. Counter play this card. When you play this card, choose all of your opponent's battle cards, and they get minus 20k for the duration of the turn. And if it's your opponent's turn, choose up to one of your leader cards, and it gets 5k for the duration of the turn. So, it's a little oh shit button if their field's getting a little bit too big. So, I only have 1 because I only had 1. But, I'm sure it's a great card. It's a great card. I've never used it because I just got this card recently. What did I take it out for? I think I took it out for I think this was my 4th topo, actually, now that I think about it. I think this was my 4th topo. I think I took the 4th topo out for this. Sometimes you don't want to just stop them from attacking. Sometimes you just want to kill everything. So I play this, and I only play it at 1 because I only have 1. And then we play 2 Broly Tragedy Foretold's. Arrival for a red and green. Only 1 can be in your battle area, and you can't play this card from any area unless Dormant Legend is in your drop. That's why we want to use that Goten to get that Dormant Legend in the drop as quick as possible. Or, we'll pitch it for Topo or something, but it'll get in the drop eventually. We play it at 3, I think. Pretty sure we play it at 3. It's a pretty important card. You kind of want it in the drop. And you have to have it to use that Goten, because if you don't if you don't send a card from here to the drop, you don't get the untap and draw a card from Goten. So I play 3 because it makes Goten live more often, and because you want to see it to put it here for this dude. Now, when you play this card, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and they get minus 15k until the end of your opponent's turn. When your opponent combos, and this isn't, I think this isn't, yeah, okay, so it's not once per turn, but it says negate the skill for the duration of the turn. But anyway, once per turn, not once per turn, but you get what I'm saying. When your opponent combos, you may choose 1 card in your opponent's combo area, place it in the drop area. If you do, negate the skill for the duration of the turn. So it technically is once per turn without it saying that. And we play 2 of, because you can only have 1 on the field anyway, so I think we're getting down to, oh, no, we got super combos. Super combos, Nappa, real quick to explain. Your leader is red or green, which he is both. At the end of the battle in which you combo with this card, play this card. So, defensively, Combo, it goes here, it comes out here. Aggressively. Combo, goes here, comes out here. And summoning sickness isn't a game, isn't a thing in this game. So, boop, you swing with him. And he's a free super combo, helps you with your arrival. So, naturally, we play the Dapple. Now we're getting to the extra cards. Okay. We play 2 After Image. Just to, if we're at 4 life and we have our sparking set up, we use it to basically stop an attack. It doesn't negate the attack. It just makes the attack not worth comboing most of the time. Your leader is red. Choose up to one of your cards. And you can choose your leader. It gets 40k power for the duration of the battle. Then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards. It gets minus 10k for the duration of the turn. And Sparking 5, you can activate this card's counter skill by grabbing a card from your life and adding it to your hand instead. So, like I said, you're at 4 life. You're at 5 sparking. You got the 5 sparking life. 5 sparking live, and you're at 4 life. Use this to go to 3. Now you're this side's ready to go, and it stops an attack usually. And then 1 Beerus Ball. Now you're probably asking me, why not 3 of these? Here's the reason. This is a counter play. So it stops, well, this might stop them from wanting to attack or wanting to combo. Basically the attack fizzles out, which I can still combo off of this, by the way, because there's still a combo step. So if I want to play something with a rival, I still get a combo step to do all that. So that's a good card for that reason. Why do I not run a 3rd, and why do I run Beerus Ball instead? Counterplay. If your leader is red and your life is 4 or less, if the battle card being played has 15k power or less, it's placed in the drop area instead of being played. And if it's your opponent's turn, choose up to one of your leader cards and gets 5k power for the duration of the turn. Kinda that's why it'll beef my dude up. Like, again, and then the permanent. If you have a multicolored card of your energy in your life is 4 or less, you can activate this counter skill by placing a card from your life into your hand. So if I'm at 4, I need to go to 3. This stops the card from being played. I go to 4. I go to 3. And now I'm at 3 for this being live. And I got 5k for the rest of the turn. So for the rest of the turn, I'm a 15 to 20k, So that's really why. I've only used it a couple times, but the couple times that I've used it, it's helped me so much. It's bided me a turn. Because a lot of times, you'd be surprised how many people try to push for game with cards like Kaba, like not Kaba, but like the blue equivalent, the yellow equivalent. Stuff like that. Like, you'd be surprised how many people try to pay 1, you're at 2 life, swing, take a life, they got double strike, and they dump hand. You'd be surprised how many people try to win that way. This stops that. So that's why I've run the 1 Beerus Ball. 3 Dormant Legend, because again, it's important. We never play this as a field. Never, ever, 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 ever play this as a field. Can you? Sure. Why would you? You get no value just about out of this. You can't place cards under this card except with this card's skill. When a card is added to your life, to your hand, or placed in your drop area during your opponent's turn, place the top card of your deck under this card. If there are 3 or more cards under this card, place this card in your drop area. Choose 1 red Broly with an energy card cost of 4 from your deck and play it. We don't play any Brolys that are level 4. We play a level 1, we play a level 2, and we play a level 6. We don't play level 4 Brolys. So you do not play this as a field. It is either energy if you desperately need a red, or they go here. And that's it. You do not play it as a field. You get no value out of it as a field. And then, 2 Denial of Hope. You're trying to stall your opponent again. Counterplay, if your leader is red, if the battle card being played is 20k or power or less, it's placed in the owner's drop area instead. So, this deck can stall. This deck can control. This deck can be aggro. It's literally a jack of all trades. It's a jack of all trades. I've won turn 3 with this deck, and I've gone against other aggro decks where I had to not be aggressive and I had to stall or control them into oblivion. And then I came back when they're gassed out, no cards in hand because they've used all of their resources, and they're gassed out because I stalled them to oblivion, I then just go in for the kill. So that is Broly Surge. I know I've been wanting to do this deck profile for months. Finally got a chance to do it. Hope you enjoy it. Leave me some notes in the comments about what changes you'd make, what you'd want to do, and your thoughts on the deck. Like, comment, subscribe. Limit Break TCG. I noticed that deck profiles get the most views on this channel, so apparently that's what you guys want to see. So I'll bring you guys more deck profiles. Hopefully Brandon will too. I'll try to get a couple of other guys from my locals. Super Dragon Ball, all that. I'll try to get them to do some deck profiles too for the channel. And until next time, Limit Break, y'all be good.